Hello, family. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna bring Stephen in, so I just want to kind of let the family know this conversation is going to be about what we have been talking about, which is prepping. I know I have literally put everything on hold, and we haven't gotten an opportunity to discuss this, so I kind of wanted to kind of do this. So let me see. Let me do a quick roll call before I pull him in. Let's see. Who do we have? Uh, Taya Thompson, I got to call you out first. Rob Moses, BDT, Ashley McGill. Let me see. Who else do I have in here? I have Darnell Blackshear. Let's see. Kenneth Wilkerson. We Woke. What's up, Pastor Kelly? Avia, what's going on? Prisoner of Hope. Susan Gibna, beautiful mom. I'm calling out all these people. Shandi at large. I try to do this, y'all, and I haven't done it lately. Solomon 144. BDT, what's up? What's going on? Sister Knits and more. Keith McNeil, J High Style. What's going on with you? What's going on, family? So I'm gonna bring in my brother Stephen. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. I think this is the first time he's ever been a part of our conversation. Of my conversation, rather. What's going on with you, Vincent Perry? And in this conversation, we're going to just talk about some things. And one of the things that sticks out about this conversation we're getting ready to have is, and I'm going to walk away while he does his introduction, but we have just recently the Feast of Tabernacle. And if anybody knows, thank you so much, BDT. If anybody knows anything about the Feast of Tabernacle, it's a feast where they actually do camping. I know Pastor Kelly had did something here this year. Pray for Sister E because she's not an outdoors woman, period. Pray for me, little boo. She helped me, y'all. But I'm just joking. And I think a couple other assemblies have done some stuff. So, but I wanted to kind of bring that into, bring Stephen, Brother Stephen in, because that's a part of Feast of Tabernacle. It teaches you how to survive if when we go into that, the tabernacle, where we're actually going to be, camping and living outside or living outdoors. And a lot of us have gotten so comfortable with the digital age that camping is just not a part of our thing. Pray for me again, because Sister E believes in a Hilton. Pray for me, saints. I love a good old Hilton. I would show up to the Feast of Tabernacle and be like, hey, y'all. And then darkness hit. I'm finna hit that Hilton and be like, I catch y'all tomorrow. See, y'all pray for me. I'm doing better. I'm going to do better. I didn't go this year, but I plan to try to do one soon next year. I am not an outdoors person. But it's a key. It's kind of key to our community. As a community, we have to learn how to manage if something ever happens. If something hits, like a pandemic or whatever it is, we got to be able to survive. And one thing I like about Feast of Tabernacle, when I did some research, it teaches you how to live outdoors, how to sustain if we have to, go outside and live outside for a brief second. So with that, I decided to do a show and in talking about how to prepare if something happens. We know we're living now in an economy that is just so how can I put it? It's unstable. Then we're living in a time where, we look at things like we're at the brinks of having a civil war. Then we have a president that's unstable. There's so much going on that as a community, we have to be somewhat aware of how to survive if something happens. And one of the things I look at is like smaller things, like we're so used to electronics. Do you even have a manual can opener? Those are simple little things that I think about. Even though I'm not outdoorsy, I do understand that we have to be able to survive. So with that being said, I'm going to pull Brother Stephen in. And he's going to introduce himself. I'm going to step away for a second because I want to run and get some water real quick. And I'm going to let him introduce himself. One thing I will bring out that he used to be a part of, and he's a part of, School of Hebrews. Pastor Omar, which is a lot of us follow him. So let me pull him in so y'all can meet him yourself. Hold on. Hey, brother. Shalom. So I'm gonna step away and get me some fill my water jug up real quick. You introduce yourself and I will be right back while you do that.
Gotcha. Shalom, shalom, family. This is Brother Stephen. Pleasure to be on here with Sister E and everybody tonight. While she's grabbing her some water, give you a quick little background on me. Um, I came into the knowledge of us being the people about 4 going on 5 years ago. A lot of y'all probably know my sister, Ashonda at Large. That's my sister. So she actually shared the knowledge with me and my wife, and just kind of took off from there. She put us on to Pastor Darby. Learned a lot from Pastor Darby. And before the untimely passing of Pastor Darby, he was supposed to be doing a seminar with Pastor Omar. And then, of course, we all know what happened. Pastor Omar still went on to do a seminar, and that's how I met with the School of Hebrews, and that took off, ended up becoming the president of the Atlanta chapter of the School of Hebrews. We are still affiliated with Pastor Omar, but right now, School of Hebrews is kind of put on the hold right now. And as far as my background with the prepping, I just want to do a disclaimer. I am not an expert. However, I do like to research. I like to study. I served in the Air Force. So I'm a country boy from a little small town in Orangeburg, South Carolina. You couldn't date nobody because it was probably your cousin. That type of country boy. All right. So that's me.
Wow. So wait a minute. You said Ashandi at Large. Is that your actual blood sister?
Mine as well, B. I've known Ashonda for, let's see, me and my wife been married this year 17 years.
Okay.
That whole 17 years we've known her.
Oh,
So
wow.
we knew her since she had 2 kids. She's got 9 now. Those we call them our nieces and nephews. So
Oh, sis, I didn't know you had. Oh, wow. I'm struggling with the one. So I take my hat off to my sis with 9 because the one, I'm like, you are 5 minutes from being homeless. Keep messing with me. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Wow. That is such a blessing. That is a blessing. So with that being said, let's go and get started, because the biggest thing about our community, and I would say just communities in general, that we are so digitally connected with this world that if it ever comes a time where we had to get disconnected from the grid, some of us would have a hard time. Me being one of them. One, I keep this with me. I have about 2 of them around here. One for work, one for personal. iPad. We're so connected to the world electronically that if everything broke loose, we would have a hard time adjusting. And what made me think about it, I saw this movie and I forgot the name of the movie. It was like an electronical outage where electricity had shut down in a certain part of California, and people had a hard time surviving. And when I saw that movie, it messed me up, because I said, if the world shut down, let's say that what's that bomb that they can drop that will shut down the electrical grid? What is it called?
EMP, electromagnetic pulse.
Yes,
EMP.
If they ever wanted to cripple us, but still keep us in, sustain, that right there would cripple us, because that means the simplest thing, like from a can opener, we would be messed up. Most people don't understand even what it means to just have a basic manual can opener just to open cans. They buy a bunch of canned goods to survive, but don't have hold on. I think he got kicked off. Let's wait for him to come back. But I can finish while we wait for him to come back. Let me text him. Let me see. Let him know he got kicked off. I don't know how he got kicked off. I haven't touched it. Hold on. One second. Okay. While we wait for him to come back, I can finish talking. But I mean, from the simplest thing, like from a can opener, some of us don't have. So all these canned goods we're buying for survival purposes, we will be messed up. Why did I do my seat like that? We would be messed up because none of us know how to survive. So This is why I kind of wanted to talk through a few things because again, we don't gremlins again. That's funny. We got gremlins, but I mean, yet and still, we would need to be able to sustain. So while I wait for my brother to come back, let me play one of the videos he gave me. Hold on. And bear with me all. The seasons are changing and it's doing a work on me right now. I am really trying to get used to the seasons and the weather out here, so my allergies are messed up. So, one of the things that before I segue into this, one of the things that all right, you're back.
Gremlins, I tell you, gremlins.
Hey, I got a gremlin. She in the room. She gonna interrupt us live in a second. No, I'm just joking. But I was just telling the people that the family that we as a community, meaning not just Israelite community, but just people in general, we don't have the simplest thing like a manual can opener.
Right.
We would be messed up. All these wonderful canned goods we're buying for survival, and you don't have one can opener. And that's something I've made a point to buy. At least keep one manual. In fact, I don't even think I have an electric can opener in the house. I have a manual one. So that's one of the many things that we could do. I was getting ready to show them the video that I think some of y'all mentioned in the chat that if you want to start a fire, you can use Doritos. I said, wow. And we consume Doritos. It's kind of scary. I don't eat it. I haven't ate it in a while. But if you can do that with hot Cheetos and Doritos, that means stop eating it first. Let's let that be known. So, wait a minute. What do you have to add? I'm just running my mouth. I can talk.
No. You good. You know, it was funny that you talked about the manual can opener. So my wife and I are actually going to be moving to Africa in 2 years. And so we've been watching videos, doing researches, you know, on where we want to go. And we were watching this food video, and they didn't have a can opener in the little village that the guy who was doing the video was in, and they were opening the cans by rubbing them on a rock. And the friction from them rubbing it on the rock, it opened the can. So I thought that was pretty cool. Thought that was something that I could share with my group here in Atlanta. You know, if something was to happen, you didn't have a knife or a can opener to open, and you're trying to eat and feed your family, that you can actually open a can by creating enough friction with the can on a rock, on a smooth rock. You wet it a little bit, and then you just start rubbing the can back and forth real fast.
Oh, wow. I've never, and you're moving to Africa in 2 years. Wait,
that is the plan.
Man, wait till I tell Teo. They almost, Yakova's ready to leave today.
You know, I have to blame Teo because he started it with all, you know, all the videos. And we actually he did an interview with Journey with Us. And we reached out to them, and we've been doing, we're going to be doing some consultations with them before we go out there to visit, because we want to go visit first and look at some things out there, figure out if we want to go to Rwanda or Tanzania first. So, you know, so I got to send a big thank you to him for, you know, putting those videos out there, because that's helped us a lot.
Wow. There's somewhere out here. I think he may be. I talked to him a second ago. So if he ain't watching, I need to message him and say, get on, pay attention. But that's interesting because right now, and we can have another conversation because we have all been kind of talking about Africa, all of us. I've talked to him about it. We had a couple other meetings with a couple of people in Africa to just get an idea, but it's just been kind of like talking before we present it to the family. So before we go into that, because if he was in the chat, he would be asking a ton of questions. But that's very interesting. We can have another conversation about that one.
Yeah, because let me just share this one last thing about Africa real quick, then we can go. So I know Teo was saying about how we've been talking about how the second Exodus has already started. It's not the mass Exodus as of yet, but the second Exodus has started. A friend of mine sent me a link the other day for a webinar that was being held yesterday, and we went on it. There was 900 people on this webinar, and this webinar was about how to repatriate to Africa.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So this movement is happening. And you remember I texted you and I told you I had got some African food tonight?
Uh-huh.
So while we were at the restaurant, me and my wife were talking to the lady. She's from the Gambia. And she was telling me that so many Black Americans are leaving here that in the Gambia, because right now, if you want to move to Gambia, you have to be there for 10 years before you can get citizenship. But there's so many Black Americans coming there now that they're talking with the president to get it changed to 5 years or less, because the
Wow.
influx of us coming there is just crazy all over Africa right now.
Wow. So they're having, you're talking about, and this is interesting right here. We're going to talk about the prepping thing, but the
Yeah,
interesting part is the, there is culture differences that
yeah,
you would have to be able to assimilate, not necessarily within theirs, but also embrace ours. Because even though we're the same people, but we lived in two different areas, our cultures are a little bit different. What I love is about this next generation of young people, which is my daughter's age. They're looking at things as far as the cultural differences amongst us.
right,
I was looking at a young person on, I want to say either YouTube, talking about and this is something after she showed me some videos, I did some research for myself. How we're gonna have to understand each other and respect each other, because there is some differences, which is not bad. It's a good thing. It just shows,
right,
because even when you bring in the Jamaican and you bring in the people from UK, you're gonna have a mass influx of people that are melanated but have cultural differences. But in some ways, there's some similarities, because if you
right,
look at our food and our eating is similar. Like they eat greens, we eat greens. If you look at Ethiopian food, West African food, it looks the same. They eat yams, we eat yams. There's so many things that, even as far as, that little thing that they do with sucking their teeth, that means that they gotta, they feel some kind of way about you. It ain't good. But
right.
everybody does it, even us. We don't quite do it like them, but we still have our way that if we doing this, it's problems. That means it's about,
Mhm.
but it's so many differences that it's not necessarily differences. It's just that we're in two different areas and we've had to assimilate. We're in four different areas, which are the four corners of the world, that we have to culturally assimilate to the environment we were in, but we're still somewhat alike. So this is amazing.
But you know that us here in America, we're already prepared for that. And the reason why I say that, for example, you just left Memphis and now you're in Virginia, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's differences between how they do things in Virginia and how you do things in Memphis.
Yep.
When I was in the military, like I said, I came from a small town, in South Carolina. My last base that I was stationed at was Las Vegas. So I had to adapt to that West Coast life, and then when I left the West Coast, I went down to Florida. So, and now I'm in Atlanta, but we have always been able to adapt and, work with what the Most High has given us, because that's just how he created his people,
Yep.
and I believe that once we do move back to the land, you know, because she was, the lady at the restaurant was telling us, she goes, they want us to come back.
Wow.
Yeah, they want us to come back. They want us to help them build up Africa to what it's supposed to be, and to move the people who are there that ain't supposed to be there out. But
Wow.
you got to remember, at the same time, we know that the scriptures tell us that foreigners will rebuild our land. So you got Russia, Germany, China, and the U.S. over there building up stuff. Cool. Y'all go ahead and do as the scriptures say, and then get out.
Yep. Yeah, because the thing is, we can bring so many things out. The show that me and Teo and Yakoba did about I want to say the agreement that happened over in Africa back in the 1800s. I can't quite remember which show it was, but it talked about how they divided up the land and what
Yeah,
would
the Berlin Conference.
the Berlin Conference, correct? Um, what it would be like if we went back, and it was talking about how we're going to bring great substance with us. And I said, have y'all thought about it that the substance may not just be money, it'll be our skill sets. We have
That's, yeah.
diversity as far as our skill sets that the very thing that they need, not to say they can't establish something for themselves, but I will say it's the good and the bad being in this country and being colonized. And we got to be real. We are still colonized in our mindset. But that colonization where it worked against us, I really feel it's going to work for us. Because even in that level of colonization, we understand what it means about structure. Not to say they don't, and I dare not speak that against them, but it's a level of structure that we saw that we can be able to bring to be an asset to them. As far as our skill sets in IT, our skill sets in nursing, our skill sets, we'll be able to bring these skill sets into that country to be able to help. And again, not to say they don't have it, they do, but you're talking about a mass population of us going over there. Because I think the biggest thing that they have, we had a couple conversation with someone from Africa, is their electrical grid.
Yeah.
That's the biggest issue. And if we have enough electricians in our community and they have some of their own, you can rebuild and restructure that electrical grid to be able to manage things like Wi-Fi. And the good thing is we're all having dialogue now. Again, we just recently talked to some guy out of Africa. It's not some guy, but this guy in Africa that is an Israelite, and he's from here, and he's over there now, and he's like, one of the things is the electrical grid. We have to, be able to look into certain things. We can look at their infrastructure and be able to help them, because again, China is all about taking the land and going and getting what they want out of it. And one thing I learned from someone is that Chinese people have a tendency to pull and drain from the land, but never replenish it. They drain and they move on. They drain and they move on. And that's what they're trying to do with Africa right now. And I think that's Africa notices that, and that's why they're having a lot of tension, because they don't believe in draining and leaving it, but they believe in draining, they pulling from the land and replenishing it, because you got to return back to it. That's why they're trying to leave China to come over there, because we can't do this. Some people in the comment, I'm looking at the comments, but they believe in replenishing their land. So that's why it's a bunch of issues with them, because they're feeling like, hey, y'all pulling from the land and not putting anything back. That's why they're leaving China, because they've drained from the land. And guess what? They got to go somewhere else now. It's like they migrate. And my friend, I think my friend Black Tastic told me about that, because he was in the service as well.
Okay.
And he said that's what he noticed. They drained from it. And I said, wow. So I don't know how we got on this. This is an interesting conversation.
My bad.
No. You know me. I'll start talking about something and say, "Oh, let's change it." But a part of that before we go back, because some of us are going to still be here, is being able to manage in the wilderness. Because when we go over there, we're not going to have, not to say they don't, but the structures we have now. They don't have an electrical grid like we have now. They don't have some of the things, and we have to be willing to step away from the minor luxuries that we have to go help a nation to be able to build. And that's a part of being in the wilderness, I think. And being in the wilderness is just being able to survive. So, and not to say they don't have electricity, they don't have internet. They have internet cafes there.
Yeah.
But from what the guy was telling us, the internet cafes are still trying to manage within an environment, like I said, they don't have the electricity that we have, because a lot of the energy is being put into the universities and the political systems to be able to have the access to the internet, because they need it. So, but I can keep going on and on. So so we can go and get started about this as it pertains to living off the grid. That's key.
You said you were going to show the video of the Doritos?
Yep, I'm about to show that now. Let me see. Let me start it. The commercials. Hold on. Get past this commercial. Okay, come on. My internet is really acting fickle right now. All right, here we go. Let me share. All right, y'all. This one right here is an interesting conversation, because we're dealing with being able to start a fire with Doritos. That means family stay away from Doritos. So let's get started.
Hey guys, what's up? New video this week. We're going to do how to use Doritos to help build a fire. Now, I can't make the Doritos just burst into flame. That's not the point of the video. I know in the past some of you thought that friction doesn't exist and things they just burst into flame. That's not this video. I'm going to show you how to use Doritos as kindling for a fire. Or if you're too lazy for that, I'll just show you that Doritos are really flammable and it's cool. How about that? Okay, we have two kinds. I'm just going to use the Cool Ranch to start. I used to think that people knew how to build fires, but based on a little video I did a couple years ago called How to Build a Fire Using an Orange or How to Make Fire Using an Orange, I've come to learn that people don't understand friction, kindling, things like fire needs air. So I'm going to take this one slow and dumb it down a little. Forgive me if this, is repetitive or something you already know. Basically, if you're in the woods or stuck somewhere and you need to make a fire and you have a lighter, yes, I understand that you can just light the wood on fire, but guess what? It doesn't always work that way. If the wood is damp or if the leaves are damp, you need something called kindling. What kindling does is it allows what you're trying to burn to get to the temperature to catch on fire. In other words, it dries it out. So if you're ever stuck in the woods and you've got a bag of Doritos and you need to set a fire, I wouldn't use all the Doritos, just use a few and then you can eat some too. Light them up, get your lighter. Look at that. You want to put it underneath because fire burns upward. And you would do it just like you would with kindling. You would use the Doritos to build a nice little fire. You want to leave lots of air. Then at about this point, you would start to put the wet leaves and or wood onto the fire. Now, kids at home, this is fire, so please don't just do this without parent supervision. And parents, if you do this indoors, just know that this really, really smells bad when you put it out. Basically, what's burning is the oil in the Dorito. Also, that doesn't make it seem real healthy either, but yes, it's true. It's the oils in the Doritos that are burning. As you can see, in just a second or two, you've got a pretty nice little fire going. You could use this to actually get a campfire started. Just a quick note, this has been around for a while. I'd seen an article on this 2 or 3 years ago and it was fake. A guy by the name of Chris Fortner, thank you, Chris, reminded me of this and I went back and checked on it, tried it out last night, and it worked just fine. We're currently in an ice storm at my house and the power could go out any moment. So lucky for me, I have some Doritos here with which to get my fireplace started. Just for curiosity's sake, if anybody's wondering, as far as I can tell, the nacho cheese burns just as well. In fact, in some cases, it may catch a little quicker. Okay, that's it for this week. Remember, this is fire. If you're a kid, don't do this. Have your parents do it. Do it outside. It stinks. It's starting to smell really bad now. One last thing. I got a guy I know named Michael Zelnick. If you enjoy watching people ride motorcycles with a GoPro camera strapped to them, go check out his channel. I think it's over here in my favorites under Galloping Cow or something with a cow. Check him out. Until next time, have a great week.
That's interesting to use Doritos. That's funny. He said it would smell bad, and I was thinking that I said I know that has the same stink because it's just Doritos by itself. Somebody said I love Cool Ranch. You know what? You know what? Hey y'all, it's hilarious. She's gonna keep us going. She's gonna be that comic relief we need in our community. But I mean, that's just interesting to be able to use something like simple things like Doritos, because I know nothing about kindling a fire. So y'all, if we in the wilderness and y'all see Sister E, don't ask me because I'm gonna be looking for people like you, Steve, and be like, look, let's figure out how we finna do this. I can organize, but as far as me participating, you gonna get a little of nothing. But what I was looking at one day is how to get compost, how to create compost if we have to be able to start farming ourselves because we're so used to Home Depot providing that fertilizer for us. How could we create homemade compost to be able to have the fertilizer needed to be able to for the land to grow? Because the thing is, the things we're looking at are like temporary. Like I was looking at things like how to keep my phone charged. If the grid goes down, what's the purpose? Like that's what I was thinking. So what have you ever tried that before?
Making compost?
No, as far as the Doritos.
Yeah. Yeah, we did it just to see, is it really going to burn? It burns.
It stinks too, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, look, we all like the little nacho cheese, but you ever have somebody breathe in your face after they had their nachos?
Oh wow, is that what that is? That is not. See, that's interesting. But I mean, I hate I didn't do Tabernacle because they're talking about things like that. We are mentally getting prepared for if something happens because we see it's coming. It's not
Yeah.
that far away. A lot of us are still putting energy into our 401ks. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't see that even existing in the next 5 years. But it is what it is. But we have to be prepared. One of the things I'm gonna show you next video. But one of the things that I ran across, and again, mine may be still a little bit of electronic driven because I was trying to find that old video of you remember the show that used to come on. I want to say was it the Travel Channel? Or I forgot what channel it was. When the people would show outdoor living if something happens.
Yeah.
What was the show?
Dual Survivor was one of them. They had the two guys out there, and they would put them in different things. You also had Bear Grylls, little shows like that, right?
No, but it was another one because the guy showed how to siphon gas out of a car or how to create water. How to make water out of when you don't really have anything. I forgot the name of the show.
Was it Survivor Man?
I think it was. Yep. Survivor Man. Hold on. I think that's what it was. And it wasn't that. It was was it called Survivor?
There's a whole bunch of them shows, but a lot of our people didn't watch it, and that's one of the things that I stress to my group here in Atlanta is our counterparts. I don't want to use the wrong words and get your show shut down. Our counterparts, I'll just say, they've been teaching their children since a young age how to do this. There's a place here where I live in Atlanta called True Prep. I go there to get my ammunition and different things. And I remember one day I went in there and there was one of our counterparts in there and had his little kids with him. And he was explaining to them, showing them body armor and different things, trying on vests on them. And, you can go on YouTube and see the videos of them having their little ones shooting AR-15s, shotguns, handguns, and they're trained, and they're doing drills with their children. And, unfortunately in our community, we got our kids doing twerk videos and, just doing dances and stuff, not realizing they're playing for keeps, and if something was to pop off and let's say, we know all the drama going on with China and Russia, they said they were to invade us. Our community would be so far behind, I really feel like our community will fall first. Not hating on our community. I'm just saying that in our community, unfortunately, we haven't been taught to really take threats seriously. So that's just something I wanted to throw out there, that our community really needs to start training our little ones. Teach them about gun safety, teach them, about survival, do little drills with your kids in the house for getting out of the house if you have an invader coming in the house, if the house is on fire, or anything.
Yeah, you're right. It's just little things like that to be able, because I think if we are ever put in that position, um, we would figure it out, but it would take a minute. One thing I do want to show, I found what I was looking for. It was called 30-Day Survival Challenge. Alone the Beast, and I haven't seen this. Three strangers attempt to endure 30 days of remote wilderness location with no tools or modern amenities. And I wanted to kind of show this, and then we're going to show the next video for you that you gave me, and it shows people what it would be like.
Taco Bell's nacho.
So let me wait and get past this commercial. Just 30 days. Let me see. Go to the video real quick. Here we go. I'll show this one.
It makes everything 10 times harder.
We have nothing. This is going to be extremely difficult to produce the tools we need to accomplish the tasks that have to be done.
Fire's out again. And the Arctic is brutal.
It's just going to be a grind through the days from here on out.
The animal featured in this show has been ethically harvested in accordance with the laws of Canada's.
Oh, that's the one with the one moose. But they learn how to, what I like about it is they show you how to start a fire with no tools. And that's what I wanted to show. So let me see. Hopefully they'll show that part.
Holy, that's awesome. Jeez.
As soon as I see the moose, I know instantly that this is going to be a lot of work.
All right, let's get started with some cutting.
Let's get some tools.
Without having.
Not,
Holy cow.
But family,
Grab
keep in
Taco
mind,
Bell's
I
nacho
understand,
Sparty pack.
before I get started for the Saint start, family, I understand that we ain't supposed to be eating moose. So don't start putting that in the chat. So, Saints will start saying, wait a minute, Sister E, you showing us. No, what I'm showing is how I think they started a fire and another technique if we didn't have anything. Far as, let me see. This one, yeah. Here we go.
10 times harder. So I'm blowing over us during the night. Holy, that's awesome. Jeez.
As soon as I see the moose, I know instantly that this is going to be a lot of work.
All right, let's get started with some cutting.
Let's get some tools.
Without having a knife, it makes everything 10 times harder. So I'm thoroughly impressed by our ancestors. They used to live off the land, and I'm excited about making that connection. Oh yeah, that's good.
Perfect. I got him started.
Shelter making and fire making. Those are the two components that I excel at. Here's a good area right here. Nice and flat. We have a lot of these trees here blocking the wind. That's good. Just going to break off the bottom limbs here and then take some more boughs and put them on the outside. We do not want to have the wind blowing over us during the night. Otherwise, it's just going to be wasting energy and body heat. Last night was rough, and I developed a nice little cough, which is kind of worrisome because it's like we're only 24 hours into this, and it's like already becoming exceedingly a challenge. We have all sorts of priorities today. It's going to be a headache.
This morning, my main goal is to get the hide off the moose and get the quarters and the back straps all off and cached somewhere. So,
see, that's why y'all would lose me at right there. You would say, Sister E, we got to go skin something. I would be looking at you sideways like, go skin what? I'm really trying to find the grocery store. So I want to just get to that one part. Hold on.
You get hungry enough, you'll cut it up.
Man, thank you.
so they're
I
safe.
help wash the meat. That's what I say. I wash the meat.
Having our cache up on the cliff edge protects the meat from all sorts of bears, here primarily black bears. I want to make a decent
cache for the moose because we need this food for the next month, and we can absolutely, under no circumstances, lose this meat. Fire is key. So I decided I'm gonna go for this Inuit strap method. It was used in the Arctic and dates back hundreds and hundreds of years. You'll have the fireboard in between your knees. The hide serves as the strap run by both hands around the spindle, and then your down pressure for your bearing block is put in your mouth. So it kind of gives you a little bit more control over how fast or the direction of your spindle, stuff like that. So right now I'm picking off witch's beard. It's a fungus that grows on dead trees or dead branches. I'm going to take the dust from this, put it into my fireboard, and hopefully be able to create fire.
The world is now a blank page. Make your stand.
With it. Hey, Lindsay, we got it.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
When you put so much blood, sweat, and tears into building one of these friction fires, you build a relationship with it. This gives me a whole new respect of what the primitive peoples went through that lived in the Arctic. Feeling awesome.
After not having anything to eat for so long, just roasting meat is kind of hard to beat when you're hungry.
Joe is pretty much down for the count. We need to get all three of us working at the same.
That's what I wanted to show how, I mean, primitive. They're doing things, but they do it, they don't do it, they get a thrill out of it. They love it. Like us, we just like, I'm not with it.
We looking for lighters.
Man, like, who brought a lighter? Who brought a lighter? Somebody will be in the midst of it that's brought a lighter. But I mean, it's just interesting to see that they love it. I mean, they get a drive out of it. We mad about the first 2 minutes of it. Be like, you ain't started this fire yet. You know, we were patient. But I want to show that because it's interesting how he put the stick there and he put the little thing there and he just started pulling at it, you know, just shaking it. And we never think about simple things like friction against wood like that would cause a fire.
Called a bow and drill.
Yeah. See, you know, I know nothing of it, you know, but you teach me, I get it. But I mean, it's just interesting. I want to show the next video. Hold on. And then we can talk after that. Hold on. Go to my channel. Saved it. Okay, so this is another one dealing with starting fires. So one thing we're gonna learn tonight is how to start a fire, which is scary. But I'm just joking. Some folks don't need to start a fire. There we go. Okay, so let me share the video.
I have this magnesium fire starter. It's got a piece of a saw blade to be used as a striker. It's got a magnesium block and some flint attached to it. So I'm going to show you how to start a fire with one of these fire starting kits. I've gathered up some dry tinder. This is dried grass. I set down a leaf. I'm going to break this up really fine into this leaf. This is our tinder. Any super dry, very fine material will do for this project. Break it up really fine. Want a very, very fine powder to start your fire. And then scrape your magnesium off into the tinder. Now, this is not as easy as it at first seemed, because the magnesium scrapings want to go everywhere. I thought I could be very sparing with this, but I was wrong. Okay, I have some magnesium shavings here and my tinder. This is extremely awkward, I must honestly say. Doing this in nature with a leaf. I've seen this on commercials, but they've had professional layouts. Honestly, in a survival situation, this is a little more complicated. Well, there it goes. So it works.
Wow.
Yep. So the magnesium fire starter kit will work in an emergency situation. I would advise, if you are going to use these emergency fire starters in a survival situation, one, you practice with it, and a second point, get more than one. I don't know if you can see this very well, but you use quite a bit of flint practicing how to use this. And the flint will go down probably faster than the magnesium. And I used quite a bit of magnesium to get enough shavings to actually catch on fire. So I would advise getting 2 or 3 of them, use one to practice with, and put 2 away for emergency.
Wow. Wow. Taya said we're going to be out there like Lord of the Flies. She is hilarious.
She is a straight comedian tonight.
She is really rocking this chat right now.
We're going to get her own stand-up show.
I am. I'm going to find her. We're going to be on the next show because she said we're going to be here. What she said is she caught me off guard. Poor Pastor Kelly, he's so serious. He probably like, what? She ain't gonna stop either. She gonna keep going until the end. She gonna have the last word as we close the show. But I mean, it's just interesting things like that, because I bought some of those. I don't have like fire starter things, but I do have things like those water tablets.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't think about that. If everything shut down, what are we gonna do about water?
Yeah.
It's something. She says. I'm looking at her message. She is hilarious. But they laughing at me. They making real jokes about me. I am saying y'all gonna have to find some thing, because she gonna be in the corner like, Lord.
Well, look, Sister E.
What?
I know you're a technology person, so they got some stuff for you. All right. They have these little chargers that are solar powered. It's about the same size as your phone. And they have lighters that you can charge with a USB. So off that same little charger that the sun is recharging, you can recharge this little lighter, and you get like 2,000 strikes out of this lighter, and then you just plug it back in to recharge it.
That's gonna
So
be
see, you'll be good to go.
That'll be my job, because Saints already know. I look defeated, like, Lord, what am I gonna do? Are you gonna send that manna from heaven? That's what I'm gonna need. Because Taya is making us laugh, I'm gonna look up this rocket stove. I'm gonna look up this rocket stove. I got you, Taya. We're gonna look up the rocket stove, but hold on. 5-minute rocket stove. We're gonna have us sitting our backyards on fire. Let's pray, Saint.
Let me go get some lamb ready.
Man, well, I cook all day long. Now, we like to cook. If y'all get the fire burning and get something in place, of, because I watch these little, before we start talking about because they in here talk about me. Y'all know me. Let me see. Look, somebody said synthetic hair can maintain the blaze. Look, now y'all not finna. No, I'm just joking. I'm messing with the family. But I watched the show of these two little. It's on Facebook, and it's these little. I don't know if they're Asian. They something. They look Asian.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. My wife will sit up till 6 o'clock in the morning watching them, and they make a whole pool out of the dirt. Be making bricks.
Man, they be cooking everything, and I just be like, they are really rocking me in this chat. Y'all gonna leave me alone.
I don't mean to laugh. I'm the guest. I don't mean to laugh, but they getting at you right now.
They really are, because they know Saints is like.
They just love you. That's all it is. They love you.
They know me. They know Sister E is gonna be like, first, where's the shower? First, let's let that be known. Because sis like taking 2-3 showers a day. I'm gonna be messed. I'm serious. Y'all,
well, look, Sister E, don't be like that. We get in that wilderness. The Lord say he don't want to hear no murmuring.
I ain't gonna murmur. I'm just gonna quietly, internally talk to him to myself and be like, Lord, I ain't made for this, Jesus. You got to help me. I'm gonna smile and internally be panicking. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. I think, but them two little boys, they will go find anything to eat, chop it up, find a slab of brick. I used to watch them one night. I stayed up to like 5 o'clock watching them. They could. Well, we ain't supposed to eat it, but they cooked a whole turtle.
Yeah.
A whole turtle inside its shell, I think. I was like, wait a minute.
And then they'll build a house and a table to sit at too.
Yes, and sit there and have them. And they make this little sauce that they make out of peppers. Every single time they got to make their pepper sauce. I said, there they go. And they make this little pepper sauce, crush the pepper, put some in it, and just full eating and be happy. And I just be like, y'all, you said you ain't got to, babe. Somebody said, we got you one wash up a week. Saints, I take a shower when I wake up, take one when I leave the gym, and I take one when I go to bed. Saints, pray. I take 2 to 3 a day. I'm sorry. Y'all gonna have to pray for me. That's where I'm gonna break. Other than be like, Lord, now you got to find a place for me to shower. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, but that's just me internally dealing with my own outdoor issues. Because again, Pastor Kelly was like, come to the Feast of Tabernacles. I was like, yeah. And we sleeping outside. I was like, oh. I said, I forgot. Feast of Tabernacles is camping. I said, it sure is camping. And people like enjoying it. I'm like, and then I stepped out. Actually, I had to do some stuff for work, but I said, wait a minute, it's cold outside.
You were like, I'm not going out there.
Jesus. He knows his children, and he knows. Rob Moses, I am not kicking you to the curb. This is not the subject for right now about Rob Moses. I'm gonna have a conversation with you. I gotta drag Berin. Berin is the problem. but y'all gonna have to pray for Sister E. Sister E gotta get her mind right. Yeah, Sister E, because somebody else called me from Boone Church. They was at they had their tabernacle this weekend. They was like, sis, we wish you was here. I was like, oh, okay. What about the mosquitoes? That's not that bad. I said that not that bad is not good for me. Because after I smack about 3 of them, I'll be like, well, that Hilton is right up the street, Saints. I'll be right on back. Y'all pray for me.
Make you a tent in the house just to start off. You make one in the house first, and then next year you can be outside.
You know what? I want to learn how to make a tent. I was thinking about buying a tent and teaching myself how to put it together. This is why Sister E got to get married. See, Sister E got to get married.
So he'll do everything, and you just gonna cook.
I will cook. Love to cook. You just get my little setup together. I will. You will find Sister E in the kitchen. That's my favorite pastime. I will cook. I will even figure out how to wash your clothes. But
well, you got a river, you good.
Thank you. I find some ways to. I got friends that actually make soap. I want to learn how to do things like that and come before as all that like that fire thing. I was like, yep, I'm been and set some on fire. Y'all gonna be like, Sister E is not in charge of the fire anymore. You're off the fire committee. I'll be like, thank you. But let me get to the I think that was the last video.
Yeah.
Y'all got any questions? Oh, I gotta do the rocket stove. I can't forget.
Oh yeah, the rocket stove.
Because if I don't do that, I'm gonna get an email from Tia. I'm Tia. Tia. I'm tearing the name up. See, pray for me. Do you want the rocket stove made out of it was a pipe or either brick? I need you to answer that question for me. The pipe or the brick? Or better yet, put a link in the chat and I will pull it up.
Your boy Rosmosis said Berin is truly afraid of him.
I'm gonna go find Moses. So you're gonna use the man for his tent skills and look. The thing when we get in that wilderness, the requirements will change drastically. I'm just joking. I don't want to think y'all. I am not that much of a diva. Please know that I am a diva. Is a horrible word to use because
Sister E, did you see what she said? She said a tent digger.
That's it. I'm sitting here. I'm like, Sister E is not that bougie. I promise you. Oh, what's so funny? The person caught it in the chat. She said, "Oh, Sister E is not looking." I'm not. These videos like, Jesus, I gotta get my mind right. Okay, she said with the brick. Okay, let's go and get started with the rocket stove because she keeps saying, "You gonna do this rocket stove?" Hold on. Here we go. I think I found it.
Hi there, everybody.
Let me see. I'm gonna find a good one. I want to make sure I find a good one for sis. Hold on. I mean, this was said rocket stove for $10. We ain't trying to spend no money because you lost me there with the money. Hold on. Here we go.
I go to Food Line.
This is Sister E looking stressed out. I didn't think it was obvious in my face. Let me see.
Video to show you how to make one.
But I love all the survival movies. That's what's interesting. I need to start taking notes. Okay, here we go with the rocket stove.
One of these 4-block rocket stoves.
Tia, is that one it?
Put the wood in here. This goes through, channels up through the H block. This is the trimmer.
Oh, wow. Shonda said she's gonna spend all week looking at survival videos. Sis, I'm gonna be right with you. Cool.
You can see how the flames are getting pulled right in. Beautiful. Working perfect.
Oh my goodness, Tay is like boom, but she is hilarious. I got to meet her. But she hilarious. You making a good.
All right, now I probably added too much fuel.
He making a grilled cheese.
And it's burnt. That's the problem.
All right, I burned it.
Yeah, dude. He making a grilled cheese sandwich.
You know, in jail they just put it in a paper bag with iron.
But you know what? You know what?
All right, looking
I'm gonna
good.
put you
That's
in the
exactly
boat
how it
with,
should look right there.
Tia, because you cut up too. Wow. That's all it is a brick grill.
That's it. But it works.
Hey, at least we know some brothers know how to make grills. One thing we will have is grills. Now, if you give us some grill and some charcoal, oh, we can survive. Oh, we
All day. Look, grilled fish,
man,
grilled chicken, it's going down.
man, come on now.
Look, for my vegetarian and vegan brothers and sisters, throw some fruit on there, some tree branches, you know, you be good.
Man, what? All we got, we good. We got us some grills. Don't put us in an area where we find some old some of them old chimneys or them old water heaters. And I used to know this guy that used to make the grills. Now we can make
Cut that bad boy in half.
No. Now one thing we will survive. One thing I will say about our people, if we ever had, whenever that time comes, John Williams, you're welcome to come. John Williams is coming to the barbecue. We ain't leaving you out. We leaving vocab out. Vocab ain't invited to the barbecue, but you invited. No. But the thing is, we have we will survive. We'll sustain. We'll figure it out. We'll have a whole grilling cooking system going on.
Yep.
So, but I have thoroughly enjoyed this. Does anybody have any questions? She is hilarious. I'm telling you. You are required to be on every single live. Every single live. Every time I do something, you are required. Tell you you're required to be here. But we gonna make it work.
While she cutting up, I'm gonna just share a couple other things if that's all right.
Yeah, share a couple other things.
So, I would recommend to everybody in the chat, make a list, like a checklist. And the things I'm going to say, these are things that you can do for any scenario. The house catching on fire, what's the word I'm looking for? A break-in, war breaking out, you need to have a escape plan from your own house, and you need to practice that with your family. If you have 2 stories, they have ladders that you can get, little rope ladders that you can get. I recommend having one in each room and you can train your children how to use them, how to put them in the window so they can get out. And have a meeting place, like if you know that you guys have friends that live 3 houses down, you tell your kids, listen, if X, Y, or Z happens, get out the house, go to this house until we get there. Have meeting spots to where you meet if something was to happen and they're stuck in their room and they can't get out, like it's a fire. Also, we all learned from the first shutdown, stock up on your toilet paper. Stock up on your canned foods, your pastas, all your dry foods, things that have a long shelf life. Stock up on water. I know a lot of people be like, I can't just keep buying gallons and gallons of water because it takes up a lot of space. Walmart has these little blue little canisters. You can put 7 gallons of water in those.
Yeah.
So, you can get those. You can stack them in your house, in a closet, in the garage. If you're in an apartment, you can stick it in, most apartments have a little storage area on the balcony. You can put the things out there. Places like Walmart's, Dick's Sporting Goods, you can buy the little flint and magnesium strikers. Something else that, like with my group, I've told everyone to get a compass. And like Sister E was talking about, if electromagnetic pulse was to happen, I know most of us today don't remember this, but if you remember in school that you were taught how to read a map. See, today we got Google, but guess what? If the phones go down and you don't have Google to say, hey, Google, or hey, Siri, you need to be able to read a map. You need to be able to read a compass to get to where you need to be. Now for me, I live in Atlanta, but I'm like on the outskirts of Atlanta in a city called Marietta. So we kind of got woods up here. So, we keep machetes for, going through the woods if we got to. I know somebody in the chat was talking about fishing. You want to keep your knife for scaling the fish and cutting the fish. And get your little axe to chop down trees, small trees, so that you can make you a tent if you had to. I recommend a first aid kit, please. A first aid kit is very essential to having. That's a prepper's key, because guess what? If you get cut, it can get infected, and it doesn't matter about all the other stuff you had. You're just leaving it there for somebody else. That's just keeping it real. So please, there you go, right there. And something else I always tell everybody, try to keep a go bag. One, I always recommend 2 go bags, one in the house, and keep one in your car, because guess what? You could be at the store when it hits the fan, and you need to do, as we call, bug out from there. So you need to have a go bag in the car with you, where you got snacks and everything, bottles of water, extra ammunition, extra clips. You can buy those little bow drill sets, different things. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Yep. And I was looking at a few things. You need to have an extra set of clothes.
Yes.
Make sure you have plenty of clothes. Make sure you have shoes. That's key.
Mm-hmm.
I have
shoes.
Yes, I have a set of, because you got 2 separate sets. You have your winter boots and you have your summer shoes. You have to have something that can be able to withstand whatever weather, and be able to not and not tear on you, as you can withstand any conditions.
Waterproof bag is good also.
Yes, waterproof bag. You said compass and map. That's another good thing to have. First aid kit. This is stuff that if we were all stuck in our house, the movie I saw again, they were all stuck in a house, and there was an electrical outage in the entire city of California. And people didn't have simple things like lighters in the movie. And I was like, wow. But we don't think about those things because we don't have to deal with it. Another good thing to have is, like you said, first aid kit. And within that first aid kit, make sure you have things like alcohol. Alcohol is very important. I noticed when we had the whole thing with COVID, I had alcohol already. I kept rubbing alcohol. One, I kept alcohol because my dad is diabetic, so he has to do a lot of his shots. So I would, we'd get alcohol and just keep it at the house for him. But when COVID hit, you couldn't find the simplest things like alcohol. And what people don't realize, the best sanitizing agent is alcohol. Alcohol can clean something fast, whereas bleach takes longer. I didn't know that to clean, for it to be sanitized, takes longer than alcohol. So it's good to have those things. Like right now, we're getting ready to go into COVID, being honest, y'all. Don't wait until the 9th hour to go get cleaning products. Get it now. Because if I know the moment they start screaming COVID outbreak, everybody's gonna make a mad dash to the store. And I just noticed because people were just not prepared last year that they couldn't get anything they needed. And I remember I would do little things like when it started coming up on the news and people wasn't quite going to different stores, I would do things like go by the dollar store, pick up a couple of things to make, my own hand sanitizer. Get some aloe vera gel and some alcohol and a little bit of tea tree oil. That's hand sanitizer. Um, I started grabbing little things just to have like wipes and Lysol. When everybody was, and I wasn't grabbing it like in bulks. I would just stop at a store, go get it, and put it in a car. Grab a couple of things. I do that now. I don't get just one bleach like you normally would do. Get 2 or 3 of them. Put them in the car. If you run across Lysol, I'm gonna tell y'all how I used to trick the system, and it's just too nuts. Everybody can hear it anyway. If they said you can only have 2 Lysols per family, and per person, and I knew that I needed the Lysol, and that was the only store I could find it. I would give my daughter $10. I get $10. We have 4 cans of Lysol. Just get things now. Do not wait until the 9th hour, because I'm gonna be real with you. The second or third wave of COVID is coming. And we know that, some people don't believe COVID is real, but whatever it is, it's coming. And don't be left standing in the dark and you don't have what you need. Because a lot of people were thrown off guard. Yeah, vodka is also good with cleaning wounds as well. Vodka to clean, not drink. Saints to start drinking and be drunk and it'll be all gone. But I'm just joking. But just have those things set aside. Also, make sure you have, if we go into COVID, have your medication. One thing I noticed is my father, like I said, my father is diabetic. Hold on. Yeah, my father is diabetic. So I noticed that when it was when I was trying to get his needles, I couldn't find them. I had to go all the way to another store in another part of Memphis, and that's how I was finding. That's how I was able to find it. I advise y'all to go ahead and get that stuff now for your older parents. Start stocking up on their medication, because those things by December, I'm telling y'all, December, January, it's gonna be hard to come by, because folks are already making a mad dash. I'm going up to Home Depot, and don't buy small things of cleaning products and different things as far as first aid. Get the big bulk items and just put them up. Worst case scenario, you won't need them, and you can just use them. And you stocked up on cleaning products. Get plenty of food. Get meat, because again, it's coming, y'all. I mean, it's inevitable. New York is already shutting down, so New York is, they're shutting down. And I haven't quite talked to Only Love. I'm gonna ask her about what's going on in New York, but yeah, they slowly but surely shutting down. They haven't started here, but other cities we hear about it. Get toilet paper, get hand sanitizer. Do like I said, when I go to the store, I always grab an extra of something. If you normally get 2 hand sanitizers, get 4. If they let you walk out with 4. If you get 1 tube of toothpaste, get 2. So.
Amen. I sent you I emailed you a first aid list. There's 2 doctors that work for the VA that are in my group, and they put this list together. If you could share that.
Let me see. I'm pulling it up now. Okay. Let me see. Let me download it. Okay, here we go. Okay, here's the list. So hydrocortisone cream, which is good. A thermometer. You need 4x4 inch gauze, ace bandages. What is Coban? I've never heard of that before.
Say it again.
Coban.
What did she tell me that was? Hold on. I think she sent it to me.
It says self-adhesive wraps that you can use to buddy tape broken or dislocated fingers. That's interesting. Let's see. I wonder if I can upload this on my YouTube page. I'll see if I can. Got duct tape, Tylenol. If you have small children, pack dosage, spoons, Benadryl for reactions, hydrogen peroxide, triple antibiotic ointment. I keep that. Aspirins, cold medicines, disposable gloves. That's another thing, family. Disposable gloves is something that that has a shortage right now. So if you find some disposable plastic gloves, get 2 boxes. I got 2 boxes now. I don't use them. I use them every blue moon because I have some gloves I use for cleaning. But those type of gloves I put off and I hide those and put those aside. Saline, cotton swabs, tweezers, hand sanitizer. I never thought about that. Like the diarrhea medicine. I've never thought about that. A mild laxative. These are some good items to have. But one thing we do want to add to the list now, because we're dealing with a pandemic, is a mask. I buy, and I'm gonna see if I can upload this some kind of way. I'll see.
Yeah, that's a basic CPR instructions chart there also.
If you're not CPR certified, make sure somebody in your family is. My daughter's actually, she was.
Exactly.
Somebody, at least one person in your family. Make it really 2, because if the person who knows how to do it, they get sick, they messed up. So at least 2 people. That's what I thought about. I said, you're certified CPR. What if something happened to you? She just looked at me like I'm a goner. I was like, right. But it's good, good to have these type of things. But I'll see if I can upload it, family. I'll try to upload it to. I think I can. If not, I'll find a way to get it. Anybody that wants the list, email me and I'll forward it to you. But get you some masks as well. Target has I'm talking about, it's a bunch of masks in Target right now. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, they're going to clear these shelves if something happens. Every time I go buy. Home Depot got them 50 in a box. Target has them 20 in a box. Go buy them. Make sure you get some of those. Like I said, I was at work one day and everything started going crazy. And I just went to a camping store and just bought a few things. Shop there. So have plenty. I have a big thing of Tylenol and a big thing of ibuprofen. So just in case. For fever reduction. I don't have any aspirin. That's interesting. So anything else you can think of?
Life straws. I know we didn't talk about that earlier, but the life straw is, that's something I definitely recommend people to get. If you were out in a wilderness type of situation and you needed to drink some water, you didn't have time to boil it, the life straw can filter out a lot of the impurities in the water, so hopefully you won't need to use those anti-diarrheal medicines.
Yeah. I was trying to bring up, hold on, a picture of life straws, because some people may not know. I don't have life straws, but I do have those little tablets, those water tablets. So, wow. And you can just drink straight from the straw.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And you can buy those in bulk on Amazon as well for a lot cheaper.
Let's see while we out here. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to go to my Amazon account. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I see it on Amazon. I don't see any on Amazon. Maybe I gotta go into my account because they have a pack of. I see it. They have a pack of. I want to say 5. Is that how? Is that the most you can get?
It depends. Now, right now, because when this whole pandemic broke out, people cleared Amazon out of a lot of stuff. A lot of the stuff that we have, that my group has, this is stuff we started last year with, and we've been prepping for a while now. So some of the stuff has changed on Amazon.
Now, this is something that I have. Hold on. And I actually bought it because I was just like, let me just have it just in case. I got a couple of these.
Yeah, those are good too.
Yep, I got I got a lot of them. I got a lot of packs of them. And in fact, and it could end up being something where if we all ended up together, it'd be a bartering system where I have water tablets, you may have Band-Aids. We ain't saying get everything because I don't know if you can remember but remember everything, but it'll be a situation where you can barter. I need some Band-Aids. Look, I give you 5 tablets. Have something that's of value because it's gonna go ship. In fact, I'm gonna go back and buy some more of those tablets, and I have like a large quantity of them. I can't remember if I can remember where I put them. We'd be good. It's somewhere in my apartment, but I think I know where it is. I gotta remember where I laid them, but I'll figure it out. But I tear this house up looking for them. So, but I mean, it's good to have. I think that's it. You got anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Family, we have enjoyed this. This was good information. Go check out. Pastor Darby also did a teaching on surviving. I remember when I did that.
A real good one.
Yes, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it. And it's better to be safe than sorry. If you need some things just to live, like medication and everything, go and get it now. Don't wait till the 9th hour, because if this COVID hits, and I'm gonna be honest, if them Democrats get into office, which they're both Republican and Democrat are the same wing, are the 2 wings on the same bird.
Yep, birds of the same feather.
Correct. But if they get in office, they're gonna lock everybody down. Understand it. I know Democrats gonna come in the door and they're gonna say lockdown.
We're gonna be in trouble. Oh, let me say this.
Yeah.
I know you always talking about your new glasses. If you wear glasses, get you a couple extra pairs to have, because they break sometimes. Unfortunately, if you wear contacts, get you some packs of contacts. Get your eye solution. Make sure you want to have all that, because when this lockdown happens, it ain't gonna be like before. You ain't going nowhere.
Yep, they're gonna keep us locked in that house. I mean, if you, and this is key, if you have pets, get plenty of dog food or cat food. Don't just get a whole bunch of stuff for yourself and then you forget that you have a little furry friend. That's one thing I did do that when I was getting stuff for COVID at the time, because again, I was in Memphis with my parents. I was buying bulks of dog food that I ended up having to, my dog actually ended up being allergic to it because it has corn in it, but I ended up having to give some of it away. But make sure if you got some pets, you get enough food. Make sure if you have a baby, and most people are breastfeeding, but you may every blue moon will have to use formula. Have formula just in case. just have enough stuff set aside. But yeah, don't forget about the furry friends, because we'll pack all this stuff and then look up and Fido won't have no food in the house. So just buy that by the bulk. And yeah, reading glasses as well. If you have glasses, my glasses, I'm like, when you sit there, I was like, I am not going to spend another couple of $100 on some glasses. No, I'm just joking.
You better go to Walgreens and get the little, the little
That's what my mama said. Mom was like, "Why are you going to buy glasses? Just go buy you a pack of glasses." I'm like, "No, ma'am, no, ma'am, stop that."
You know how they do, baby. Go on over there to the store and get that right there.
You'll be like, "No, I'm going to the." My mama to this day is shocked. Like, you went to the eye doctor? I'm like, no, most people do, but they like, baby, don't go over there and get that. That pack of glasses. Or give you they pack of glasses and say, put these on and try them on. You be like, you gonna mess my eyes up even more. Somebody said that dog might be the meal too. Y'all gonna stop.
Keep some hot sauce handy.
Yeah.
They putting that Frank's Red Hot on everything.
To make it better. I'm not dealing with these. Where did these Israelite comedians come from? Cause they were really in here cutting up. Look.
Tia started it.
Tia just said, Sister, yes, the bifocals are expensive. You know what? Time to stop the show. Y'all trying to come for me. Y'all trying to come for me. Where did Tia come from? She just come out the gate. I'm just joking. I enjoy it because she keeps me laughing. She really does. You
need to send her over there to mess with vocab.
She's already been over there harassing Cherry. I think she went over there harassing Cherry on her channel. She said, I just on her channel. I was like, leave that crazy lady alone, because if you bother her, she gonna start irritating the mess out of me. She went over there and cut up. T, have you been over there on Cherry's channel harassing her? Yes or no? Cherry, we end up in the wilderness. She get a tent by herself. She ain't coming over there to me. They gonna be like, Sister E and swinging the spirit. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Saints are gonna do a 5-hour video on me. Let me stop. I don't want to pull you into my madness. Tia went over there harassing her. Quit harassing that lady. They both blocked. What did you do?
Why they hating on a sister?
Well, she over there wreaking havoc. She probably over there wreaking havoc. This is hilarious. I want to know what she did. She did cut up in a chat and they live.
See, what you do is you set up a conversation between you and vocab, then you have her come on as a special guest.
That's really fast. You know what? I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I might invite vocab on one day. Man, I'm gonna get hate mail out of the frame if I invite vocab.
You know he ain't gonna come on there and talk to you.
No, I'll invite him. I was thinking about that. That's how I'd invite him over and just be like, let's have a conversation. But he ain't gonna come. He ain't gonna come. She talking about nothing. You know you did something. You know you did something. What you do? She said, I cut up in Cherry's live. Right. Is really cutting up. But
she told you why she cutting up. She said the power off right now in Texas, so she ain't got nothing better to do.
But send Cherry up the wall, which ain't hard to do. But Saints, I'm not gonna keep my brother here long. We get ready to go. Y'all, I've enjoyed it. If y'all have any more questions, let me know. And I'm gonna invite Steven on some more. Because I love to bring people on and we all kind of dialogue together, start doing things like bringing people on when I'm doing these new things like yesterday, we can all kind of talk together on it. So, again, do you have a YouTube or anything you want anybody to keep up with? Okay.
No YouTube as of yet, but in the process of probably going to do one about the journey to move to Africa. So,
Wow.
still praying on that one, but definitely let you know about that. But I will say, if anyone does have any questions about, any prepping stuff, like I said, I'm not an expert, but I can share with you what I do know. You can email me at schoolofhebrewsatl@gmail.com.
Let me see. Hebrew. I think ATL at gmail.com. School of Hebrews, ATL@gmail.com, right?
School of Hebrews.
School. School.
No, yeah, you got it right.
Okay. All right. So y'all can reach out to him. If you have, which I think everybody on here has subscribed to my page. If you haven't, please do. Thank you all for joining us. We enjoyed this. Tia, stay off of Cherry's page. Leave her alone. Crazy. She said, I just asked a simple question. Your questions are not simple, ma'am. I already know you in there cutting up. That is hilarious. But we love you, Tia. You keep us going. You keep me going sometimes. But she said it was a simple question. I gotta quit looking at her stuff because we'll be here. She said she asked this question. That's not simple for her. Come on. That was not a simple question. She blocked you because she probably like, I don't even know what she's talking about now. Y'all stop it. But again, I want to thank everybody. I enjoyed it. I always enjoy my brother Steven. If y'all have any questions, like I said, leave, send them an email. And again, we're gonna do this again. So thank y'all for coming out. And let me get my little thing going. So I'll be saying something and then I haven't stopped it. But thank y'all so much. All right, family. Have a good night.